We hope the roads weren't as treacherous for you as they were for us. I'm sure some of you, especially in the Weber County area, probably it was pretty bad there. But anyways, we'll just go ahead and start with our meeting. Jocelyn.
All right. Oh, I was gonna pull it up on my computer. I'll put it up on mine. Oh, I'm gonna move it.
They can see them.
Okay, we're good.
If you don't mind.
Okay, yeah. Oh, this is just a shout out to remind you how much we love the NEAs in action photos. We love pictures of you teaching, pictures of your class, pictures of areas where you're working. They're just so much more delightful than stock photos. And I think there's been a shift in the way people like seeing things now. There's been so many years now of picture perfect stock photos that now people in online and in print and everything really like genuine, true photos. So they are so precious and valuable to us when you send them in. And so I just wanted to remind you to keep sending those NEAs in action photos to Candy, and then send me the media release forms for anybody that's in the picture. They're great. We love seeing them. They're really fun, and they're really useful for our reports and for our social media and for supporting each other. And so keep doing those. You're doing great. I also wanted to remind you that there's no in-service later this month. December, we'll have no in-service, but we'll be back in January on the 23rd with a really good in-service with Karen Allen. Also, we're shifting some of the in-service responsibilities over to Amanda. So she's been the one that sets up all of our meetings, so we're sliding that under her meeting assignment. So nothing will change on your end, but just letting you know that if you have questions about monthly in-service, that Amanda Chesbro will be the one to field those questions from now on. And then one other thing that's not on the agenda, but I just wanted to remind everybody, since we're now 2 months into reporting in pairs, if you are hosting a Facebook social media page, I just wanted to remind you that reporting your social media for your county Facebook page is slightly different this year. I'm seeing some people that are doing a great job getting their numbers in, but we're doing it just a little bit different this year, and I did a training on it back in August, I think it was, where we're introducing that your county Facebook page is one indirect activity, and then there should be 12 intervention channels by the end of the year. So you'll have one indirect activity that is your county Facebook page. The address is your Facebook address page. And then you'll do one for October, and then another entry for November, and then December, and then January and February. So that'll make it much more clean for you to see how it's coming and see your numbers. And it'll just make our pairs reporting more accurate, because it should be one indirect activity that has 12 entries beneath it. And if you have any questions, the instructions are on the staff website under the pairs and reporting. And then I'm always happy to talk with you or walk through your entry with you. I want to make it as easy as possible for you. You'll notice that the changes are very minute, but it'll make a difference in the long run and make it easier for reporting purposes. So if you have a county Facebook page, please feel free to reach out to me when you put in your numbers the first time or the second time or whenever, and I'm happy to work with you on it. Okay? Thank you.
Thanks, Jocelyn. All right, Lacey?
All right. I just wanted to talk about Stay in Active Winter. That's going to be our campaign, our social marketing campaign, starting in January. It'll run mainly in January and February. And some of the resources that will be available to you, we're developing a family fitness pamphlet, so it's similar to the other pamphlets that we give in our classes, just that we'll have an emphasis on children and things that parents can do with their kids or encourage their children to do to be active. We'll also have tips for the winter, being active in the winter. And then thank you all for everyone who sent me a list of things to do in your counties. We've decided that we're going to utilize these by making them something to be shared in social media. And so you can share it to your specific counties. And then also we'll get a principal list that we'd like to encourage participants to go to our website or go to one of our blogs to be able to access and download. In addition to that, we will also have a lot of great resources to share. The Health and Human Services a couple of weeks ago updated the physical activity guidelines. And with that, they have some materials for a campaign called Move Your Way. We're going to share those as well and pass them, but then we'll also have our materials. 2 reasons for that. One is we really specifically want to help people with being active in the wintertime. From a needs assessment, we learned that that's a particular challenge for some of our participants. But also in a study here in Utah about values, moving was actually a turnoff, the word move, for Utahns, as far as like move, like get moving or move more. And like Move Your Way does sound nicer than those other 2, but I think it's good that our wording is a little more about being active, because that people prefer that, being, be active or an active lifestyle. And so that'll help target the Utah population and Utah values. But the resources are really great from Health and Human Services. So all these things are to share. What I ask from all of you is, as you're planning your classes for January, February, or materials that are shared online, please emphasize physical activity. And, because it's in every single class, it's a pretty easy thing to do, but maybe just bring up points as far as, it can be hard to be physically active in the winter because it's cold, but here are some good reasons why to do it, or here are some good places to do it in our community. And even maybe talk with your participants, because they might be aware of resources that others in the group aren't. And so it can just be a really good subject to build camaraderie amongst the participants as well, and for us to learn more of what's out there. Are there any questions or concerns about?
In the chat, I think somebody had a question.
Oh, yes. I'm seeing lots of.
There it is. Is it too late?
Oh, no, it's not. It isn't too late. I was going to have marketing make a specific handout for everyone, but what I decided to request is an editable sort of handout where we can add things to it. And so for those who have sent it, the state office will add those, but what may be the case is we'll just have that template available for counties to take and add things as well. But thank you, that's a great question. And once again, I really appreciate everyone that did send them earlier. But great.
Okay, Marcia.
I just had a reminder for those that did your city renewal in December 3 years ago. It is coming up, and you should have probably received that email already. So check.
Marcia, we can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Try again.
How about now?
Okay,
Oh,
yes.
Okay, so just a reminder for those that have did your city IRB certification in that big batch in December of 2015. Your expiration date is in the middle of this month. So check your email. It should be a quick renewal. And when you get your new certificate, make sure you send it to your supervisor to upload to your box, and just CC me on that email, and then I can update our records. I've got a couple that have sent them in, so I know they're coming. So just make sure you're looking for your email.
All right. Thank you, Marcia. We're just having a few technical difficulties.
Now we can't hear you, Heidi.
Now you can hear me? Turn on. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, awesome. All right, so is Christy going to comment about that, or that was just clarification for us?
That's just something for us to talk about at
Gotcha.
meeting.
That's what I thought. Okay, I have a few things to go over. One is the Aggie time approvals. If you were unable to approve on Saturday, you should be able to approve today. And if you could ASAP, that would be great. Sorry about all of that. Obviously, the system was down and that caused some issues for all of us. So if you could go and approve the time for your NEAs that was supposed to be approved on Saturday, approve it today, that would be great. Then I wanted to talk about what happened with the forms and the templates and my email that I sent out. So our form that we have online didn't match the form in pairs, and to make it easier, in the past we've done the questions in order as what you enter into pairs, so it's like matching up so you don't have to read each question. Those that read each question, awesome, good job. And then if now they're lined up, so that shouldn't be a problem. If you do come across any of those issues though, let me know. I need to double check with pairs to make sure that those that entered them correctly, their questions didn't get screwed up with the changeover. And so I need to follow up with that. And then we'll have an intern go through and just double check everything to make sure. So, you send your papers in and we'll just have an intern just do some spot checking throughout. Also, we've had questions on what happened in October when you didn't have the new forms, the pre and the post forms, and then you may have used the last year's forms. So just go ahead and send those in. You don't have to alter them or put them on the new forms. Just send them into our office, and when Leslie comes back, we'll just make sure we're doing what we need to be doing. But I think we're good to go. I think they probably won't be entered in unless we enter them in as retrospective for this part of the year, and then now we're in the pre and post. It just won't line up accurately for our data if we try to combine them. So just send them into our office, please. And then I wanted to mention that I'm working on a template for the faculty and educators so that you can have how to get your reports from digital measures. And it will just say to fill out this section in digital measures, this is what you get from pairs and this is where you get it. So it will hopefully make it really easy for you. I'm probably actually still a week out on that. Budgets for right now are use what you had for last year. If you have more expenses, let us know. What we're trying to do is go through the budget. We've had the complete full billing for October, and now we'll have November, so then we can anticipate how much we're going to have for the rest of this year. We're planning on everybody spending quite similar to what they were doing last year. Our budget did not increase this year, so we feel a little tighter on our budget, mostly because we overspent last year, which we need to overspend, but we overspent, so we don't have as much surplus budget, so we just need to be a little tight on our budget. Don't be foolish. You're not. You're really good at keeping track of your budgets. I don't think it's you.
I was like, it's okay. It's my computer.
And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is that we finally got approval to be a Hunger Solutions Institute. And what that means is that we work with other faculty, professors, agencies to work towards solving hunger-related issues. So that's kind of exciting. It went through the Board of Regents, and I think it's kind of a big deal.
As it is.
It is. Okay. So are these the counties? I'm sorry if my pages are all mixed up. Or are those for us?
That little list is just ours.
Okay, thank you. All right, anyone have questions for us?
I think there's a long list on someone's email.
Yeah.
But maybe look at it.
Well, if there are no questions, or if there are, you can, oh, Kathy, go ahead.
Sorry, I couldn't find my unmute button. So on our current reports, while we're trying to get things in before the end of the year, what is your suggestion for us to be accurate with?
Kathy, just do your best. I will really try to have it to you by, I wish I could say by the end of the week. So we have our national report due on the 10th. So that's just like
Okay.
the thing that's delaying me. So what if I say next Wednesday? I will have how to get your digital measure stuff out of pairs by next Wednesday.
That's fine. I know you want to go on vacation too, right?
Yeah.
That'll
Yeah.
be great. Thanks.
Heidi, this is Teresa.
Yeah.
I just need a quick clarification. So for the pre-posts prior to that happened in October, prior to the changes for transferring to pairs, forget about that. Just send the pre-posts straight up to you guys.
Yes.
Don't even bother entering them.
Yep. Don't enter them. Just send them to us.
Okay.
Yep. You'll get credit for it. Obviously, we're glad that you were teaching, but just to keep our reporting consistent, I think I want them up here, and then we'll decide what to do from there.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Question about a food drive. Who should I email? You can email myself or email myself and Lacey. Lacey's helping with the PSU while Casey's out. And then the next one, with the forms we have in the office, go through and fix our entries. If you do have entries that are wrong, Lindsay, then you can fix them. That would be ideal if you guys could do that. But because of how things have happened, we're willing to have an intern assist with that because of time frame. But maybe December is usually our slowest month for teaching, so maybe it's a good month to go in and make sure that things are entered correctly. Anything else?
Heidi, this is Barbara. Would you add me to the roll, please?
Yep, we'll add you on there, Barbara.
Thanks.
Yep. Oh, and that just reminded me. So the university has everyone go through background criminal investigation checks, and everyone has to. So whether you've been here a year, or 20 years, or 30 years, you still have to have it done, and they repeat it every 3. I think they'll go in and just double check and make sure that we're, not committing felonies or whatever we might be, since we're working with the public. So if you receive an email from Amanda requesting that you help her or Wendy fill out that, then that would be great. So we can just get those in. And it's just a protection to our program as well as to each of us, to the people that we reach. Just part of what we do. It's kind of like, same with city. It's just to protect the people that we teach. I don't think city's fun. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think doing it's fun. But I have to do it just like everyone else. Anything else? All right. Well, thank you. And yeah, I was thinking if I can send it to you, it should be the first email. Oh, we're gonna have some counties present. So let me pull that. Okay. Emery, do you have anything you want to share?
No, we're working on food drives right now, and the ones that with the schools, the 2 schools that did them this month, took in more than 1 ton of food. So the rest will have them for Christmas drives.
Awesome. We should do like a weighted competition. Seriously.
Oh yeah, there's some great prizes out there. Donuts for every class,
I could use a donut this morning. I haven't.
We are working on a class to give people ideas of useful food gifts for your neighbors and friends. Basics like salt or honey or things like that, instead of so many candy items.
Cool. good. Thank you. Iron County, you guys want to share? You're still muted, but just a sec. We can. You want us to try to unmute you, Kathy? There you
I
are.
can't hear you talking, Heidi. Sorry.
Oh, can you hear me now?
No, not really.
How about now?
Yell a little louder, okay? It's faint. We'll just try to listen closely.
Kathy, can you guys give us an update on programming you're doing? A project, something?
Sure. Yeah. So we're just super busy in the schools. We just finished I think 3 or 4 classes, so we were starting a whole bunch of new ones. So hopefully parents are filling out the surveys from our counties for the kids, because I handed out a ton of them. So hopefully you guys are getting those. And then we're also busy working in the women's shelter and with the Paiute tribe. We see them weekly at the shelter and then monthly with the Paiute tribe. So we're super busy in different places.
By we, she means her.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. Glad you're back. I know we
Yeah.
already.
We love you, Delaney.
Okay, I know Joab that Larry can't be on Mondays. Kane County.
That's me. Yes, I do have something to share. I am partnering with the PE teacher again this year, so I'm teaching at the elementary school 1 day a week for like 5 hours. And I'm busy with my coalition. We're doing lots of work around our community. We just recently sponsored a turkey trot on Thanksgiving. So the coalition donated some turkeys to the winning people that won the race. The local gym just did a free healthy living challenge, and they asked me to help them with the newsletter. So I did some healthy recipes and submitted those for them. I'm also still writing a monthly newspaper article for our local newspaper. And the thing I'm the most excited about, I just started a Mommy and Me fitness class. I got 4 other trainers and fitness teachers around the community to donate their time. So every morning at one of the local churches, it's just in the gym, from 9 to 10 in the morning, we have a free fitness class to all the community. And on Fridays, I teach a fitness class, and then I do a little nutrition, like a recipe and a little nutrition lesson with it. So I thought that was a perfect way to implement the being active during the winter, like they talked about. And it's been really well attended. And so it's been a really good thing for our community, and I hope to keep doing it. So we're busy down here.
Awesome. Very good. Thank you. Millard County.
Yes. Last week we did the harvest of the month at Delta North Elementary, and I think I taught 18 classes during the PE time about winter squash. So that was a fun thing for me to do, and just introduced them to winter squash. Most of them had not had it, so that was neat for me to see them at least learn about it and try it.
And did they try it?
They did. I actually served in mashed butternut squash. I was trying to figure out an easy recipe, and I thought that's just a very basic thing. I tried to do a recipe with a little bit of orange juice in it. The orange juice didn't go over as well, so I took it out and just did just a tiny bit of butter and brown sugar and salt, and that was it. And some liked it, some loved it, and there were still a few that just weren't too happy with the texture of it. So, but at least I said you're trying new things, and the PE teacher gave him a little lecture on, when you grow up, you'll be cool to be eating all these cold foods that nobody else eats, so.
That's awesome. Try new things. I like that too. Be cool when you grow up. Cool. All right.
Business goals.
Counties that we have on the list to share. I see that Cash has something they want to share. Go ahead and share, Cash.
Okay, hi to everybody. Well, we're working in a lot of things. We're getting, we're finishing our trainings, and we start teaching in one school in Nellis Elementary and the after school program. And we're hoping to get more schools by after Christmas. We also are having a lot of success and we're quality young services and the DWS. Well, we're trying to recruit more people for the English lessons, but other thing that we're working in is with the work, the health department. We are trying to implement the thumbs up and a medium-sized grocery, a local grocery here in Cache. And we already talked to the manager. And tomorrow we're gonna go, we already did also the store observation. And we also planning go tomorrow to teach or train the employees so they can know a little bit more of the program and they can after do it by themselves, like put the thumbs up in the food that is the healthier. Also, Annie, she the Cristianes area, Annie, she's been working at the family place, teaching classes in Hiram, Smithville, and here in Logan. Also, on Saturday, we went to a church where they serve people that it's low-income people. They serve food for low-income people or homeless. So we went there with some flyers and information and inviting all the people to go and take our classes. And it was so fun because a lot of people told us, oh, we know you guys, you're in the Workforce Services, or they recognize us from the farmers market. So also, what else? The week office, we're teaching there. Well, Annie teach twice per month. We're gonna go down a little bit on our classes for the season, but we still have a lot of projects that we're working on for the next year.
Awesome. Thank you, Paola. I know I always say your name wrong, and I always say that afterwards.
You're good. I understand.
Okay. All right. Heather and Carmen wanted to share about her food sense float at the Utah Christmas Town Parade. I'd like to see pictures of those too, but please share.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, we have a ton going on in Carbon County. I'm incredibly busy, but I am really, really excited for this weekend. It's Utah's Christmas Town, which is in Helper, and it is a huge event. Pretty much the whole community and surrounding areas come out, and it's a really big parade. And my husband and I are designing a float to put into the parade. So I will definitely send pictures, and I'm really excited. It should be a lot of fun.
Pictures are so helpful. Oh, yeah. She's letting me know. Yeah, it's awesome. So please send pictures of all those things. Like Jocelyn mentioned earlier, it's just fun for us to share out, and it's fun to look at our NEA Facebook page and see all that at all that's happening there. Okay, did we cover?
We just got one follow-up. Someone asked for fitness classes. Do they need to sign a waiver? And yes.
Yes.
And King County is on top of it.
Yes.
Social media, I have Candy's update. Is it? Sure, I'll make it quick. I'm reporting for Eat Well Utah. Candy just hopped off the meeting. But she said upcoming this month, she has Create the Perfect Soup. So anybody that'll be teaching any soup classes or have that'll be a resource and somewhere to be able to get information and send your participants. She's going to be posting Eat Healthy-ish for the holidays, how to make treats more healthy, keeping hectic holidays healthy. That's how to stay on track with your goals, physical activity and healthy eating goals. And then 12 months to a healthier you, which is something she did last year. It was a really good recurring regimen for the whole year. She also said ditto to what Jocelyn said about the NEAs in action photos. We keep pounding on that drum. Candy said, I need some to schedule for the post this month. Some counties I've never been able to highlight, so please make a note to take a photo so I can draw out and share the successes in your county. And then finally, Candy's going to be sending out the December newsletter, Eat Well Utah newsletter this week. If your Google Calendar doesn't have items marked open or closed, or if they're missing information that she needs to share it in the newsletter, she's going to just have to skip right over it. So please go in and mark your Google Calendar entries open if you want them in the newsletter for your county. Mark them closed if they're for an elementary school or at a closed location. And then that way, then the newsletter, when it goes out to your county, it'll advertise classes you have coming up if you've got open classes. And that's it from Eat Well Utah.
Awesome. Okay, well, I appreciate all the participation today. It's been a great meeting, lots of great things happening. It's so impressive. I was at a meeting on Friday, and at the meeting they talked about different things that are happening in the state, and every single one of the things that were mentioned was stuff that we're involved in. So I just appreciate how you share your passion with the people that we're reaching, and how you reach out and do such a great job with your education. So thank you for that. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a great rest of the week.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
If you haven't signed in, remember to sign in.
This is Michelle with Box Elder.
Yes.
Are we having a Spanish Indian meeting today?
Oh, sorry.
I'm still here.
Yes, let's do that. We'll let Paola lead that, and you can just, you want to, how should we do this? Can you stop recording and then restart a new one, or does it?
Try, yeah, do stop.